Let's go, brother. Game kedua antara DIANFENGYAOGUAI versus tim Falcons Philippines. Kita lihat Shadow ya bang ya. Match point buat tim Falcons Philippines.
Here's the thing though, I gotta say, Fish God, I don't feel like this is a tank Sora angle. I feel like 100% go for the lightning form and try your best to kill Super Marco as well as Haji, because I really feel like DIANFENGYAOGUAI, by the way, gang, it's flipped,
pakai sapi
whatever, it's flipped. DIANFENGYAOGUAI, you got a comp that has
ini
a lot of
kebalik
damage.
sih harusnya.
Use that, you know, that's my opinion.
You know what?
Atasnya sih kagak kebalik ya, tapi bawahnya kebalik guys. Bingung juga itu.
Ooh, smooth flicker coming in from Zed, because that first blood would actually make E1's life so hard. So good on them to be able to escape that one.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. They got to be extremely careful, right? Early retributions have been used from both Xiaoxi and alongside with Kyle, so there shouldn't be a counter invade just yet, unless it's just stealing that side green camp on the far ends of the map. And I think that should be fine anyways. But overall, Flap needs to control this lane. Cannot afford to let the Sora come through. And Long getting chunked out like this is not good, because if he has the recall, that is an immediate lead that's going to be given over to Super Marco's side. Like Claude will eventually hold on.
Wah, udah pasti mati lah guys.
It is what it is, you know.
That's one way of putting it.
I feel like that was pretty greedy of him to try to get. I feel like getting the stacks is fine, but you should roughly know that there's a high chance that Kyle will be there. But oh well, I'm just saying Lung has not had a good experience so far in games of future. He's I really feel like DIANFENGYAOGUAI, they need to play around Xiaoxi. Xiaoxi should be the main carry.
They really need to make sure that he starts getting ahead in these matchups, because it's pretty easy for him to actually steal away and neutral if he has that level lead.
Please God.
Yep. Unfortunately, bad engage coming in from Sora. Kyle secures the turtle, but still able to get a kill onto Kyle. That should be pretty worth it. And again, I really feel like Fish God going in for the tank style is not great, but Zed gets a kill onto Haji anyways. So DIANFENGYAOGUAI still got a pretty good trade, trading the turtle for 2 kills here. Oh, but Flap gets that. That's not great.
Miscalculated the damage a little bit, and I mean, Flap, he doesn't mind taking the damage. He's ultra sustainable, and if Owen can cancel out some recalls, even better. So he's already canceled out 1. Zed still needs to go back, and if Zed gets the recall off, that means Xiaoxi is kind of by himself. And as the living ward, Owen, he's just maintaining this pressure. He's calling in on Flap to go and disrupt.
Zed and hold on, Zed as well as UI. Let me just tell you, Gideon, this is really screwing my brain right now. All right, thank you very much. So Zed and Yuan really need to start moving together to get kills. Trying to get one onto Haji. Xiaoxi able to secure that one. Yuan does die, but not great. Not great. Yuan preferred to live there.
Yeah, Yuan definitely preferred to live, but Haji is more than happy to die there. Like he knows that, okay, I you know, my Purify is still on cooldown here. This is the only time we're going to be able to punish Yi1 when he has access to that flicker, so we might as well get him. And if by any chance Haji ended up surviving that, it would have been so much worse for DIANFENGYAOGUAI, because all of their members were max stacked on that butterfly. He was about to start picking them up and folding them like
aman banget bro ya.
Yep. And now looks like Ogwen almost survived there. E1 still secures the kill. Deadly magic onto Zed, but not a lot of damage onto him. He should be able to survive here. DIANFENGYAOGUAI still has the kill lead. The turtle will be spawning soon. I really feel like DIANFENGYAOGUAI, they need to save their abilities to try to capitalize on some kills around that objective, especially Fish God. I really want him on that lightning form, but no, he wants to re-engage, gets 2. But now Haji was able to get out with the Crimson Beacon, gets stunned up though. Xiaoxi secures a kill onto Haji. Double kill, they even got Kyle in the back of that. Flap is the one that really survived that engage. This is already a pretty good start for DIANFENGYAOGUAI. There should be no excuse why they shouldn't get this turtle.
Yep, this should be a no contest, and honestly, a pretty good play coming in from FishGod, a much better engage compared to the last one prior to this neutral objective. And as much as we want him to use that lightning form, I think that so far the base damage for cloud shifting is still good enough to get these early kills. I think maybe later in the game it's not going to be as relevant. I think at most it's going to be disruptive to Super Marco to make sure that he can't get as many auto attacks out. But for now, DIANFENGYAOGUAI not going to waste any time here as they're immediately attacking bot tier 1, giving it over, making sure that Xiaoxi's nearby.
Oh no. Well, Kyle tries to get onto Yuan. Yuan is still surviving, but look at his FishGod this time. Goes for the lightning form, almost takes down Kyle. A lot of damage. But looks like DIANFENGYAOGUAI, they need some kind of anti-heal to deal with Flap. And I feel like they need someone else besides Yuan, considering that he always gets targeted.
Yuan will be able to absorb a little bit of that mid wave as he rotates back, but look at that top side. Zed has made sure that he is made aware that Ogwen is nearby, and also spots out Kyle making his transition over. So they've got plenty of information to work with here. They can start double waving if they want to, but DIANFENGYAOGUAI, and knowing how Lung plays, generally speaking, is very, very greedy. He's gonna wait for that wave to push all the way in, and even take one green camp on the side for himself.
Something difficult to track here is that Xiaoxi does have that Sky Piercer. I'm not entirely sure when the Sky Piercer was able to be bought by him, but it's something to check. And now Kyle just killed Yuan. Yuan cannot start a fight without Zed. Yuan gets taken down, but FishGod able to take down Haji. And Xiaoxi gets a kill onto Kyle. For now, Team Falcons, they're losing basically every single team fight. They really got to start being careful here, because Kyle, wherever he puts his hat, someone from DIANFENGYAOGUAI is just waiting on that. And Xiaoxi on this Aurora, just reminding us again why this hero really needs to get banned.
Yep, it's just powerful, very, very powerful here. And at least for FishGod, he gets the crack open, bottom tier 1, and that opens up a lot of space for him to actually play, maybe look for different angles to go into that lightning form without having to just use the iframes to dodge the stuns. And this is the problem, right? Team Falcons, they're good at peeling, but they don't have the CC to hard crack open their lines.
Yep. For now, for Team Falcons, I feel like it feels that way because Haji is not having a good time. Haji keeps on getting bursted down. The moment Haji gets some space, the moment Ogum gets some space, they can really do well here. And DIANFENGYAOGUAI, they're doing a pretty good job on trying to get those objectives. I feel like once they crack open the front turrets for top as well as mid, then they're in real business here.
Speaking of business, we're already seeing that Falcons are able to respond to that top side. I think they're just waiting for Marco to scale back up. Way of the Dragon already being used, but you know, Purify, and it's also Flap playing Urain, as he's pretty unkillable at this stage of the game until we see Lung actually complete the Trinity build, or at least like a DHS, just so that he can get some bonus max health damage on him.
Kyle probably waiting for an opportunity to get a kill again, considering he does have that lightning trencher, and I really feel like even the tankier members of DIANFENGYAOGUAI will suffer for that one. Super Marco now has the support of his team. Lung has to get away. It takes a lot of free damage coming in from Super Marco. They really should let go of this turret. Zed still tries to protect though. At least Lung and Zed, they didn't trade too much HP for the turret.
You can see that DIANFENGYAOGUAI are looking to respond, and Flap opens up the map, making sure that, hey, if somebody's going to attack, it's going to be me first. He doesn't mind absorbing this damage, basically can just tank forever. And now they're on the man-to-man defense, right? Not giving DIANFENGYAOGUAI any real time to kind of respond. But notice the split. Zed is on that bottom side, knowing that maybe Kyle could respond to this. If he lands the kick, there's an opportunity.
Flap being a pretty good front line here. Xiaoxi gets a kill onto Kyle. FishGod, unfortunately, misses his ult there, and then down bot. Right now, Xiaoxi, even with the War Axe, is going to be very difficult for Team Falcons to deal with. Now, Ogwen looks like takes a bit of damage, but he should be able to heal up eventually. Turtle being started by DIANFENGYAOGUAI.
Hold on for as long as possible, because now Super Marco is actually getting into the fight. He's got some relevant damage here. Not sure if he's already completed the Trinity, but it's a 50-50.
Oh, Guai jumps in with a flicker. Unable to hit anyone with the ult. Xiaoxi secures it for himself. Kick onto Ogwen. Ogwen is going to get taken down by Yuan. And now Flap is in the middle of everything. FishGod tries to run away. Zed tries to help his team out. Flicker used. Xiaoxi goes back in. Tries to get onto Haji. Haji super low. Lone secures the kill onto Haji. Flap has to get away, and Juno does not have the abilities to take down DIANFENGYAOGUAI. 11 kills to 3. Right now, Team Falcons, they are in big trouble.
They are. This is a pretty significant lead for the side of DIANFENGYAOGUAI. They've got at least very, very close to that 5K differential, but so far only 4. The major leads are going to be on to Zed alongside with FishGod, which is rather surprising, but at the same time, you know, you've seen Kyle, even when he dies, he's still trying to keep up as close as possible to the enemy jungler. He's only 1K behind. He can easily catch up to this, but looking at the major items, right? 3 already completed, 4 Lung, and that's why his damage was so relevant in that final moment of those fights. Once he's fully stacked up, he starts chunking down these frontliners, but especially for people like Haji, who's been, again, deprived of food. He's a little malnourished at this stage. Oh,
that's right, use. Flap takes a little bit of damage, but so far okay. Zed used the kick onto Ogwen. Might get bursted down. Ogwen is able to get out of there. And now even the shooting sky is coming in for FishGod. Not really connecting, but he already took quite a lot of damage. Ogwen uses the ult, unable to get multiple members. And now Haji catches E1. E1 gets taken down. Team Falcons able to capitalize on the mistake of DIANFENGYAOGUAI.
Now they've capitalized on it. We look at the gold lead once again. It's still a 4.5K lead for the side of DFYG. But Falcons, they're immediately looking for Zed, and they're going to be able to get him with the whole get away from me, pinning him against the wall with 3 members already down and 1 extra who is staggered. They're opening mid-tier 1 and starting to walk down the entire lane.
We can see how crazy it is when, hold on, before that, Kyle tries to get a kill onto Lung. Lung should still be okay here, but they're able to get the holy defense from DIANFENGYAOGUAI. But considering it's 1140, it really doesn't matter that much.
Aman saja, bro,
we can see the turnaround. If you just make one mistake, strong teams like Team Falcons can really use that to capitalize on it. So at least Xiaoxi didn't die. If Xiaoxi did die, that would be catastrophic for DIANFENGYAOGUAI. For now, it really is on Zed as well as FishGod not to butcher their engage again. One bad engage and you're setting up your team for failure.
Especially when you're running the Sky
Super
first,
Marco.
You don't want to lose your stacks at all throughout the game. You want to maintain
12 menit 12, bro.
Ideally, currently, I would assume that it's roughly around like 40 to like 30 stacks or somewhere around there, but it's tough to know. And Zed is still trying to find opportunities. In terms of the waves, with a lot of missing from top and as well as mid, that is going to be the strong side of the map for Team Falcons to actually try and push their advantage against DIANFENGYAOGUAI if they do find another pick. And it's an early wins of nature purchase as they've already found the kill onto Kyle.
Well, I do not know how much stacks Xiaoxi has, but I'm gonna say enough. That's all we really need to say for this. Aurora has enough of it. But Super Marco feels pretty confident in terms of dealing out free damage here. The zone control from the Melissa is looking pretty good. It's just that Ogwen as well as Haji has not had. Oh, look at that tree, man! Gets knocked. They were able to get out of there, but right now Flap is all alone. Xiaoxi is godlike. That's the kind of engage you want to see from FishGod.
Oh boy, instant response.
Blazing duet.
Even using the blazing duet, trying to get a kill onto Haji. Now Ogwen is next. Double kill for Lung. With that crazy engage, DIANFENGYAOGUAI might have sealed it for Team Falcons. Hold on, Kyle tries to get something here onto E1. E1 has to flicker out. So now, what else does Team Falcons have?
Gonna try something. I mean, their front to back was supposed to be their main win condition here, but Ogwen as well as Haji getting taken out like that. It's not easy. Feather Airstrike again as they're looking for inhibitors.
Galak
at this point, just spam it whenever you can. Flap gets kicked. Not a lot of stacks. Xiaoxi gets a legendary 8-0-4. At this point, I feel like he at least has 60 stacks. Might even be 80. Team Falcons, they're really crumbling going up against Xiaoxi here.
Yeah, it's been quite the struggle. It has been quite the struggle, and they haven't been able to shut him down either. Every single time we see these fat engagements, either whether it's from Xiaoxi, whether it's from Zed, or even another Feather Airstrike to zone. It's just once they get the combo going, it really helps. The fact that E1 is able to put them at a very dangerous health total.
Right now, it's basically all on Super Marco here. He has the damage. He's hoping for his team to give as much space as they can. But I gotta say, Farsa, basically everyone from DIANFENGYAOGUAI, especially Farsa, is creating so much space making it so that Team Falcons can't reliably
Aman saja
defend,
bang ya.
honestly.
I mean, that's the big issue, right? The only person who has like hard CC at this stage is kind of only Ogwin. Everybody else has to play like a soft peel style, and even Haji can't guarantee the CC. But I mean, now it's a little bit more reliable with the glowing wand. But overall, there's still a huge down period of just building up those stacks, and that's easily when DIANFENGYAOGUAI can use their mobility to kind of get out of that range, or in Zhaoshi's case, just iframe away. So far, I think that Zed has been able to extend their leads really, really well with the engagements from Fishbjorn. At this point, Long, he's well connected with the rest of his team. He knows how to play in these types of positions when he is ahead, and they're going to look for it one more time. Ideally, it catches both Haji and as well as Super Marco, and I think until they find those pairings dead, that's when DIANFENGYAOGUAI will close out the game.
Interesting here. Zed is looking at the opposite side of the map. DIANFENGYAOGUai, they're trying to set for a trap here. I don't think anyone from Team Falcons really buy it though, but Flap took a lot of damage coming in from DIANFENGYAOGUai. Now Team Falcons know the position of them. At this point, Team Falcons, they want to hope to have a pretty good team fight around the Lord, and for that to happen, you really got to look at Ogwen. If Ogwen gets a massive set, at least 3 members of DIANFENGYAOGUai, Team Falcons has a good chance of maybe not ending the game, but at least making it more even.
Kalau yang dapat DFYG kelar guys.
Gold lead for DIANFENGYAOGUai.
Kelar sangat bro ya.
6,000 gold lead. Well, yeah, six getting pretty close to 7. I'm not gonna lie. But now that they know that Flap doesn't actually have the Purify, he's got to be careful, right? He doesn't want to end up getting blasted down by Yi1, and I think they might opt to try and chunk out some of the other members like Owen because they can just chain CC it all together. But at the same time, we need to worry about those long lanes, right? Topside is naturally building up. That's an early consecration for Flap.
Zed kicks Flap, not a good kick. He was able to get the deadly magic out of Kyle. So now DIANFENGYAOGUai, they're proceeding towards the Lord here, but they gotta be careful. A lot of their good ults have been used, like the Federal S-Strike. Lung has to be careful. He's taking quite a lot of damage. Oh, look at that fat stack. Forcing out Ogwen to use the ult, but no one is home.
Atasnya rame sih guys. Ke atas guys sih.
He does have the deadly magic onto him. He has to be
Walah,
careful.
Zauji nice banget loh.
And Ewan gets Flap, and now Team
Zed.
Falcons out to the side. Zed stopping. Juno gets the kill. Ewan gets a double.
Gila jago banget bro.
Is running away. Mega kill for Long. They might even get a wipeout here. Team Falcons. Only resolution is alive, and with that, DIANFENGYAOGUai takes game number 2 against
Dikandangin guys ya dia.
19-6 in that game.
Boleh lah.